Welcome to the adventures of Captain EJ. Today, we will begin our most important mission yet. You can do anything you set your heart to, and I know that together, we can defeat any foe. I am so grateful to have you as my trusted sidekick, Honeybee Hero, and just in time. All you have to do is close your eyes, get cozy, and listen to the sound of my voice. Captain EJ will lead the way. EJ. Here comes our brief from Command Center. On the outermost edges of the Honeybee Neighborhood, an invisible enemy is on a rampage. Things are being vaporized into thin air. There's no telling who or what can do something like this. We have to hurry. The people of Dormere need us. Like I always say, we only fight for what's right. Captain EJ and Hero to the rescue. I hope you don't mind if I call you Hero for short. No time. Let's begin. You are here in the Honeybee Neighborhood, in your cozy house next door to Captain EJ. The best part about living next to your best friend is sitting on our rooftops, talking and laughing late into the night, sometimes even early in the morning to catch the sunrise. This is one of those sunrise mornings. You climb up to your roof in the soft morning sun. Captain EJ is already there and is so excited to see you up here too. Great minds really do think alike. Without meaning to, we both look toward the majestic mountains at the same time. Let's take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel the coolness of the crisp morning air coming in through your nose. And slowly breathe all the way out through your mouth. A little cloud of warmth forms from your exhale and floats away. The sun's golden light shines down for as far as we can see. If you look closely though, it doesn't quite shine on the Dormere Valley, a small, sleepy town that sits in the shadows of two mountains. Every day the mountain peaks take turns casting a long shadow over most of the valley. That is, after all, how the town got so sleepy. It's shadier there than anywhere else in the world. The townsfolk are a quiet, eccentric bunch, but they are good, old-fashioned people. An alert from Mr. Honeybee turns our attention from the beautiful view. We never travel anywhere without our Battlebuzz helmets for just this reason. It beeps until we put them on and radio into Command Center. Holding your head up tall, place the Battlebuzz helmet on your head. Adjust your eyes to the same view seen with ultraviolet and infrared vision. The ultimate magnification allows you to zoom into the outline of the last morning star above. There's so much that this little piece of foldable technology can do. Though Mr. Honeybee lives just around the corner and could quickly walk over to join you on the rooftop, but due to the classified nature of your missions, he regularly alerts you through your helmet because it's equipped with 256-bit encryption. You click your radio on and Mr. Honeybee comes in loud and clear.
Captain EJ, Hero, do you copy? Over.
We copy, Mr. Honeybee. What's the matter so early this morning?
I wish I had better news, but it seems you two are needed immediately in Dormere. I have your gear ready over here. I just finished up the last-minute repairs. Hopefully you won't need it, but just in case.
We move to action and quickly climb down from the roof. Right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot. With a jump, we land back on the ground and take off running to the command center. When we arrive at the rather plain-looking garage, you do the secret knock so Mr. Honeybee knows it's us. No one would ever suspect what high-tech equipment sits on the other side of this garage door, and that is very much the point. To boast of such a thing would bring more harm than good, and we are in the business of bringing and restoring good. The garage door opens, and Mr. Honeybee hands each of us a brand new suit. Since your other suit was nearly destroyed on your last mission, this one is made of carbon polymer because you are the best of the best and need the best. As we suit up, Mr. Honeybee briefs us on our assignment for the day as he always does. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose to prepare on all levels. Find your focus. Find your strength. Then slowly breathe all the way out through your mouth. Mr. Honeybee explains that over the last week, things that were there yesterday have been suddenly and instantaneously disappearing. Big, unmovable things, and they've been disappearing without a trace. One resident reportedly witnessed one of her silversmithing machines be vaporized into thin air. She woke up extra early, before the sun, to smith her silver. After gathering supplies, she walked out to the 2-ton machine in her backyard. She looked down to make sure she had her thermometer, and by the time she looked back up, the entire machine was just gone. Only a puff of smoke was left. Other reports have been filed for vaporized scooters, sheds, and swing sets. Mr. Honeybee thumbs through a report and pauses.
Someone even reported that their horse was almost vaporized. Luckily, he was able to narrowly escape into his stable.
You know we cannot let this go on any longer, hero. They need help, and who better to help than us? With our suits zipped up and electromagnetic shields in our hands, we head to Dormere on our off-road personal transporters. The wheels are big enough to handle the mountain terrain if necessary, and the engine is quiet enough to stealthily move around the town unnoticed. You've never been out this far into the Honeybee Neighborhood, and you don't know exactly what to expect. The beautiful scenery soothes your nerves and gives you the confidence you need to protect all the good in the world. Take a slow, deep breath in through your nose. Feel your chest and your spirits lift with anticipation. Then slowly breathe all the way out through your mouth. Enjoy the morning breeze on your cheeks as we curve through the mountain roads. When you and Captain EJ arrive, it seems like a regular day. You're used to feeling the warm sunshine on your skin, but here in Dormere, there is more shade than you're used to. Together, we investigate every nook and cranny of this peaceful place and manage to do it without being seen ourselves. Aside from obvious places where heavy vaporized things used to sit, there is no sign of any disturbances. We take off our helmets to take in the beautiful views and the crisp mountain air. We spend the whole day investigating, but by the time the sun starts to set, we are convinced that nothing is much out of the ordinary in this ordinary town. As we kickstart our transporters and turn to leave, we decide to let our helmets dangle from our hands. It's such a beautiful evening. Though you can't really see it in the valley, you feel the spark of joy that the sunset usually brings this time of day. Suddenly, we hear something that we've been waiting to hear all day. Mr. Honeybee shouts out to us from our Battlebuzz helmets as a zap snaps the ground. Something just narrowly missed my helmet. We take off on our transporters at top speeds as another zap snaps the ground just beside your helmet. Someone is pursuing us, and the helmets are their targets. We have to connect with Mr. Honeybee at command. He can help us engage the emergency flight mode on our transporters. We climb the first tall tree we see and hide under the cover of leaves to put our helmets back on without risk of vaporization. We have to figure out what's happening down on the ground. Mr. Honeybee is so happy to hear from us. Looking at his wall of screens back at the garage command center, he sees something strange. He asks us to activate our infrared vision in the helmets and then look east. At the exact same time, we turn our heads and study that general direction through the open spots between the leaves. Our vision blazes red, and we are taken aback. A strangely powerful heat source is coming from the center of town. It's somehow aiming right at us. Mr. Honeybee has never seen anything like it, and neither have we. If there were someone nearby, we would be able to see the heat of their bodies with our tactical sight, but all we are able to see are lightning strikes of streaming red that appear to be coming out of nowhere. Something and someone is able to detect us from long distances with the utmost precision. Mr. Honeybee urges us to flee, but I need to test something further.
Abort mission. I repeat, abort mission.
Cover me, hero. I need to figure out just how much they can see. Since we were going to be investigating Dormere today, I brought along my shiny new fountain pen to take notes. As Captain EJ prepares to swing down to the exposed lower branches of the tree, you send out your radar shield as cover. Captain EJ swings down and tosses the pen in the air, then quickly tries to swing back up. With another red zap, the pen explodes on impact and vaporizes into thin air. Your shield takes a hit as well, but you made sure I come back safe, and that is why I always trust you to have my back. Something is able to target that tiny pen from over a mile away. It must have some sort of metal detector that helps with precision. This is dangerous. I've never seen anything that fast and accurate. The infrared sensor on our helmets warns us that a dangerously high heat is approaching us. Mr. Honeybee cleared a flight path for our transporters, so we are able to take to the skies and soar back to command. We fly between the trees under the cover of night, but don't get very far before we see someone see us. It's Sally Smith of the Silversmiths. Her family has been in Dormere for generations. She has been out here documenting the attacks, trying to get a sense and scope of all the damage. Sally was the one who alerted Mr. Honeybee and requested your help. She becomes more and more distraught as she tells of all that she's witnessed.
I don't know what to do. I've been out here every night keeping track of all that's gone missing. I'm afraid I'm gonna be next.
Sally, please rest assured that we will keep you and your hometown safe. My partner here is Honeybee Hero, Hero for short, and together we can take on any foe, big or small. We didn't realize it at the time, but Sally saw our maneuvering back there. She feels reassured that we're responding to this threat. Sally knows that we will do everything in our considerable power to figure this out. Our mapping software does not pick up any of the places named in Dormere because the town is so old. We ask her for a bit of help. There is a heat source coming from that direction. Do you happen to know what's over there? With binoculars and a camera hanging around her neck, Sally Smith looks east. To get a better look, she peers through the binoculars to study the landscape. She says that the Knuckler compound is in that direction because that's the shadiest part of town. Hardly gets any sunshine. The Knucklers are scientists who have an enormous laboratory built into their house. Dr. and Dr. Knuckler work around the clock on their experiments. Sally pauses to think for a moment as if she's confused. She goes on to say that nothing should be going on over there right now because the doctors have been out of town since last week. Before she can finish her sentence, her eyes widen with shock. Under her breath, she says,
This must be the younger Knucklers, not the doctors who are doing so much good for the world, but their sons, Pinky and Thumb.
Shivers run down our spines as she recounts her earliest memories of two nocturnal brothers who were raised in the moonlight. The only contact they have with the townspeople is through their mean-spirited tricks and pranks.
But they've outdone themselves with this wicked scheme.
Sally, this has been very helpful, thank you. Just know that we will not rest until each and every one of you can rest easy. We only fight for what's right, and we will do right by Dormere, whether Pinky and Thumb like it or not. The Knucklers are running amok, Hero, but they are no match for us. We enjoy a peaceful flight back to the command center and think of all we've learned on our first trip. What can be done to defeat the Knucklers and restore peace in Dormere? That concludes our adventure. I can't wait to see you again. Captain EJ, over and out.